All right, Aaron Brady talking about our 3-4 attacking defense as part of the Glazier drive. One thing I haven't talked about yet, and, some people have been asking about defending 11 and 12 personnel and what do you do. So I want to go through a few scenarios on the way we look at it, the way we approach it. Obviously, there are definitely ways for the offense to give us some different looks. You want to have a plan for that going into it, something we talk about in the off season, something we work on in camp, and we'll jump right into it. Here is my information. If you want to send me an email, coachbradyfam@gmail.com, and my phone number. Happy to share anything with you. I'm at St. Mary's Riken High School, which is in southern Maryland, south of D.C., about an hour, and we're in the Washington Catholic League. So let's jump into it. Here we go. Defending formations. So for us, we always want to be able to play our 3-4 base against anything. We got to be good at something. So our bread and butter on defense is, hey, we're going to line up in Okie. We're going to play quarters, okay, wherever that coverage is. We can play that against any formation we see, all right? Now, we also have an organized answer for personnel groups. So what do I mean by that? That means they come out in 12 personnel or they come out in empty. Yeah, we can just line up in our base, say check base, play that against any formation. Just use your rules, and we're fine. Whether you're a D lineman, a linebacker, a secondary, just use your rules, and we'll be fine, okay? But also now we want to have an answer like, hey, they're going to give us 12 personnel like I'm going to show you today. Here's what we're going to do against that. Here's another way to defend that and be super sound, okay, from our end. Okay, and then also we're always going to be able to pressure and play our rules in our coverage. So we're an aggressive defense. We don't want to get in a situation where, hey, we're just going to check base to everything. We still can blitz it. And for us, if we call blitz, we're going to run the blitz. Whatever you come out in, we're going to run it. Our secondary will adjust. We'll get everybody covered up, and we'll be fine. Just got to trust our rules and what we do. Just as a review, here's a look at our base, what we're going to be in, okay, as I go through this stuff, okay. Base Okie look. Remember, for us, we all travel together, okay, but we have our Sam and Mike and nose here. We're going to show two safeties. They're going to go to the strength side. This will be a strong left call for us. If we were playing quarters, okay, and we were matching it to the personnel on offense, we'd be playing Reed over here with the safety in the corner on 2 and 1, playing robber concept on this side where the corner has a half field and the safety's reading number 2. That would be how we line up there. That's our base alignment. Positionally, Sam sets our strength for us. Okay, so you saw in the last diagram, Sam will set the strength. And then, as I said before, they'll go together. The nose and Mike, Sam, and strong safety always go together. Our weak side is going to be our tackle, our jack, or whip, either one, whatever you want to call them. Our dog and our free go away from the call side. So if I go back to that real quick, you can see that this side of the formation, those guys always go away from the call. That's how they get lined up. And then our men's here, they're going to go to the call. Safeties will make the coverage check. I always believe that we're going to get our front lined up. If they give us a formation or a shift that would affect our front or our run game, we're going to have our secondary make us right. Okay? All right. So talking about 12 personnel and 22 personnel, one of the things I like to do is talk about film throughout the year, right? We have to designate time to talk about the teams we're playing and the personnel and what they're doing. All right? So when I'm watching film with my guys, I'm always going to designate, okay, what's the personnel group, what's the formation, okay? And I'll ask them to call it out. I'll ask guys, hey, Johnny, what's this formation? Okay, it's twins eye. What's the personnel group? 21 personnel, okay? Those are important things as our guys build their football acumen to make them better players on the field. And we do that throughout the year as we watch film. I think that's very important. It's a big part of my talk today about defending these different formations and personnel groups, okay? Now, the next part of that is as we watch film in the off season, during camp, during the season, we're always talking about the different personnel groups and what plays to expect by group. As you know, as a coach, there's certain plays they run out of certain personnel groups, okay? There's certain things they do by down and distance. So we want to take that time with our guys and increase their football knowledge. So when they're in the game and it's 3rd and 2 and they're in 22 personnel, they kind of know what to expect. They're not guessing, right? And I think sometimes we take for granted how much our players do know. And I got to tell the coaches all the time, pretend they're from Mars and they don't know anything about football, right? Because if you don't tell them, they might not know, and they have an excuse. So that's why we tell them over and over and over again and kind of, crush it into their minds so they know what's going on. And the last thing, you want them to start to learn how to think like an offensive coordinator. You know, how do offenses think? What is their agenda? You know, what are they trying to accomplish? You know, that's why we always talk about trying to get people off schedule and do stuff they don't want to do defensively by being aggressive and attacking them, okay? But also it's about us understanding their mentality and what they're going to do out of certain position groups and down in distances. So let's start with 12 personnel. So one thing I do with our guys, say, okay, if they're in 12 personnel, here's the formations, right? You got ace, where you got tight end and receiver and flanker both sides, one back, ace formation. You could have the tight end wing with twins to the other side. You could have, tight end wing with a receiver and a single receiver to the other side. There's basically 3 formations you're going to get out of 12 personnel. But no matter what the formation is, you're going to get certain plays. We know we're going to get inside and outside zone. Yeah, they could run counter. They could run speed option out of 12 personnel. But these are the 2 main plays. And this gets back to another principle for us I think it's really important for our linebackers. Is it 1 back or 2 backs, right? You got to know that as a linebacker. That's going to change the play. Now, if they're in 12 personnel and they step one of those tight ends off and he motions into the backfield, well, now they're not in 12 anymore. Now they're in 2 backs. And as you know, that changes the play. Now they can run ISO and power. Okay, split zone. You're going to see more of that kind of stuff, from that. But we're going to get zone, inside and outside zone. We know we're going to get boot out of 12 personnel. We could get quick game, right? And we could get play action pass. Some kind of a play action with a throw. But that's what we're going to get out of 12 personnel. If I keep going, let's talk about 22 personnel. Again, now we're going to get 2 backs, 2 tight ends. As they get bigger, we're going to think about us getting bigger, okay, on defense. So we're going to have some bigger group, maybe a bigger group to put in the game, a bigger package with a bigger defensive ends if we need to, or a bigger Sam. If our Sam's more of a nickel type guy, we need to have a bigger linebacker to put in the game against 22 personnel. We're going to get ISO power, toss, counter. General plays you get out 2-back football, traditional football from way back, okay? We're going to see those plays. We're going to get play action, boot, might get a fade. A lot of teams like to get in 22 personnel and throw a 1-man route to the receiver because it's one-on-one out there, right? We're going to put our corner one-on-one with their receiver. It's going to have no help because the safety's probably involved in the run game or has a tight end man-to-man or he's reading the tight end. So now it's one-on-one out there. If they like their guy, they might take a shot. So we now have 22 personnel. Our DBs know what to expect. Our linebackers and D linemen know, hey, it's probably going to be something like this when they get in that personnel group. All right, so as part of our off-season workouts, we like to try and build this in. So if you can find time using garbage cans or using real people, okay, whatever your rules are in your states, but get a chance to line up against formations. 12 personnel formations, 22, 23, 32 personnel, empty, unbalanced, etc. Like all these formations you might see during the season, we definitely do it during camp, right? We definitely want to have a list of formations like during camp in August. We're definitely going to line up against these formations and run some plays at different times during camp. So we're not surprised in a game when all of a sudden they haven't shown empty at all and they come out against us and they're in empty. Or they haven't lined up in 12 personnel ace the whole season, and all of a sudden now, hey, they're in 12, right? They have 2 great tight ends, and then 12 personnel. We got to have a plan and be ready. And it's always good when our kids have already seen it before, right? And then within these different groups, again, I'm going to talk about what are their top plays from each formation. What are they going to run out of these different personnel groups, which become formations later? I think that's really important for us. Another thing that goes back to being able to line up against these groups is if the first time you punt from your own 3-yard line is in a game, it might not turn out so well. Or the first time you take a snap from the 1-yard line coming out of your own end zone because they pin you deep on a really good punt, it shouldn't be in a game, it should be in practice. The same thing for us as we line up against these different looks is we want to have already been there. I've already practiced it. Let's keep moving. So camp preparation. I kind of mentioned it already. We're going to build these periods into camp. We're going to go over the alignment of these formations. And again, we're going to go over it out of our base, our 3-4 base defense and coverage. We're going to line up against the formations. We're going to have our checks we can make to it, which we think are sound, which I'm going to show you today, right? And we can blitz it. All right? And we're going to have multiple ways to defend these. And here we go. 12 personnel. All right, so I just talked about it basically, but here's 5 ways for us going into a season, okay? Going into a season of us to defend 12 personnel. I talked about already a base, our Okie 4, okay? We're going to go over the next 4 though today now. We're going to talk about 93 cover 3 with man free. We have 52 cover 3 and man free, and then some bear stuff we can do against those personnel groups, all right? But again, going into the camp, we're going to work on all of these. And then when we get into a game week, it'll be a little bit different. We can figure out what we want to play that week going forward. So here's the first one. So we talk about 12 personnel. They're an ace, okay? We're going to be in 93. So for us, instead of being an Okie now, we're just saying 93. 93 is very simple. It tells the N and the J to be in 9s and the nose and the tackle to be in 3s. That now puts our inside backers as A-gap players. And again, what plays do they like to run? Inside and outside zone. So they run inside zone. We have every gap taken. The Sam and the free have the C gaps, right? Our J and our N have the D gaps. So inside, outside zone, we're good. We're covered. We're a gap sound team. Now, of course, we got to stay in our gaps. So they're going to try and get us out gapped and get somebody so they get a seam. But at least we're sound in what we're doing. All right. Again, it's cover 3, so it's very simple, but it's balanced. Most teams, when they get into 12 personnel, they don't normally do it. They're just trying to get an advantage, right? So if you were an under 4-3 team, a lot of times you'll have one extra guy to one side. Well, now we've balanced out the whole defense, right? If you cut it in the middle, we've balanced it out. Okay, we have the same amount of guys on both sides. We're 4-4, okay, against their look, and now we can play football. Very easy to put in, very easy to check in a game. Hey, next time they come out in 12 personnel, we're going to go 93. Okay, very simple for us. Easy to do. You can still start in too high and move to it on the snap. The one thing you got to figure out is how you're going to play your ends. Are you going to spill or are you going to box? Okay, but we usually box them in 93. All right, next one. Same deal. It's still 93. We're going to play man now. When we play man, it's an automatic box for us. And all that means on box is now my N and my J are going to keep everything inside of us. So if I'm the jack here and my key blocks down or goes and blocks the safety, I'm going to step down, but I'm going to keep everything inside of me. I'll take it on my inside arm, which in this case, because it's strong left, he's on the right side. I have everything on my left arm. I keep the ball in front of me, inside of me, to the rest of the defense. Okay, but that's man free. So safety's a free player. Everybody's covered. Obviously, good call. 2nd and 8, play action pass. Or, I think they're going to try and run boot, or they're going to try and run some kind of, pass play or a quick game. Now I got everybody covered, okay, as far as that goes. The linebackers will have the back. If you're playing a big quarterback that likes to run the football a lot, obviously it's not as much zone read against when you have 2 tight ends, but the quarterback can still keep the ball. So we can still combo that where if the back comes here, Mike has the backer here plays for the quarterback. So you still have the guys on the quarterback there. All right. 52, cover 3. So here's another example of what we can do. Okay, if we want to have our guys more inside, we can go 52, which means 5s and 2s. So now my end and my jack are going to be in 5 techniques in the C gap. Okay, the nose and the tackle are the A gap players. It puts my Mike and my dog in 30s. So they're wider in the B gaps. And now my free and my Sam are going to be wider. They're going to be 90 techs, like overhangs off the football on number 2. Again, same situation. I can play cover 3. I can play man as far as that goes. But again, we're playing this to stop the run and to be sound. All right, so that's 52. Here's another version of it is to go 93 and run pinch. What have we done? Well, all we've done is gone to 52 on the snap. So we started at 93. Pinch tells all of our guys to pinch 1 gap inside. And all we've done is going from 93 to 52, right? A little pitch move, get some movement, really good against inside zone, right? If they're a big inside zone team, that's why they're trying to do this. And hopefully, cause some problems there and get a big play in the backfield. All right, they give us the tight end wing with twins the other side, no problem. We can always check the man free against this if we want. Okay, if not, we just get lined up and we follow our rules. We're still playing cover 3. The corner over here is still going to play 3rds. We're not going to check cloud. We can check cloud if we wanted to, but we're not going to do that. Okay, we're just going to stay with the rules. We're going to keep this guy in the middle of the field. Okay, and if it becomes a problem, we just go man. All right. So that would be 93 against tight end, the wing twins. Okay, bear. We always like to have bear as an option. Now, we may not run that every week of the season, but in camp, we're going to put it in against all these formations and follow your rules. So if we get a double tight end, we're going to have our other linebacker go down, okay, and take the tight end man to man. Our J and our free are off the edges. They're wide, high and wide. Okay, again, we're in a bear front. So we like to do 4 eyes with our end and our tackle. They're going to be 4 eyes in the B gap. Nose is on the center. Okay, in this look right here, he would just 2 gap the center. And the man free allows our safety to be a free player. Again, everybody's covered. Mike has the back. All right, we're sound, but we're aggressive. We're attacking the other team. We're giving them a different look than just lining up. All right, here's the same look, bear man free again. This is against the tight end wing look. Okay, so you get wing with twins to the other side. One of our rules for bear is our corners travel. So if we have a dead end and we're in man, a lot of times our corners will travel over, okay, to over here. So we got twins, corners will travel and cover those guys. Okay, our Sam and our dog are the adjusters. They got the tight ends, so they're over here. And we're good to go. We still have a safety in the middle of the field. D-line's the same. We got 4 eyes. We're playing bear front with man free behind it. All right, here's a 0 blitz, a simple blitz for us. Now we're gonna, that deuces, it says bear deuces 0, so 0 coverage. The deuce stands for the dog is gonna blitz, okay, in the C gap. He's gonna line up on that tight end like normal, but then on snap, he's gonna go right now. That's been a good blitz for us over the years. Make sure the tackle knows he's got a 10 call on that, and the nose can go to the strong A, all right? Everybody else is the same as on bear man free, but now the only difference is we're playing 0. The strong safety takes the deuce guy. That's the dog's man. So the deuce is going. Strong safety has this guy man to man, and we're good to go. Again, these edge guys are force box players. They're going to keep everything inside of them because all their help is inside. Very important in bear. They always have box technique. All right, so that was a few ways for us to play against 12 personnel. As you can see, there's a couple different options there that we like to use. But getting back to it, you know, we're always going to start with our base look, Okie 4, okay, and we can rip and liz out of that and get ourselves into a sound position. That's where we start, but we also have the ability to get into 93 or 52 with the ability to play man behind it, and then we have some bear options as well to be aggressive and attack it. All right, 22 personnel. All right, we have our base Okie robber again, right? We can just play base, line up and play football against their base look, okay, against 22 personnel. We have a call we call 52 Warrior 0, okay, which means we're going to be in 0 coverage. And we have the 2 bear calls again I'm going to show you against 22 personnel. We really like when we have the ability to play bear against multiple formation groups and personnels because it's easy to teach our guys, right? We have one or 2 defenses we can run against multiple things. I think that's important to have those, have the ability to have that change up with the bear front. All right, so 52, we're gonna have 5s and 2s like we talked about earlier. So our ends are gonna be in 5s, our tackles are in 2s. You can notice here I brought another end in the game. We took a corner out. So again, they got bigger, we got bigger, right? So we bring a bigger defensive lineman in, take a corner out of the game. Okay, this is 52 Warrior 0, okay? Sam and Jack, your job is to keep everything inside of you. Okay, it's 22 personnel. We're expecting to get 2 tight ends, all right? We're gonna hard joint all the runs. If you do get a swing route, you can take that if he crosses your face, okay? If he's over top. If he's underneath of you, as you're going, you let him go. But anything in front of you that is like that, like a swing pass, you take them right now, okay? The linebackers have the backs. And again, we'll adjust if they're offset, in near eye, pro eye, or split backs. They're in the eye here, so we're just going to be in 30s. They have the backs. Up front, self-explanatory, 52. So we got the A-gap players, C-gap players. The edge guys have D-gap. Our safeties are going to be the fillers. So if their tight end blocks down, we're going to step to him and then react to the football from there. Obviously, corner's by himself on the island, one-on-one. All right, and there you have it. We call that Warrior 0. It's 52 Warrior 0. Gives us a chance to match their mass with our mass, get bigger guys on the field. It's sound, and we know what we're going to get. We're going to see ISO, power, counter, toss. Okay, if we get play action pass, we should be good. Going to have great eye discipline by our safeties on the tight ends, and we got to study that film. We got to study how's that guy release on a block, how's he release on a pass, because most of the times it is very different. Okay? Bear deuces 0. We love to pressure people and be aggressive. Again, we already looked at this before. Okay, same look. Okay, so now we got our guys in here. We're 22 personnel. You can see we got the backs covered. We got both tight ends covered. All right, and the deuce guy is going to go. Corner's got number 1. All right, Bear Mafia. Again, hey, maybe we don't want to play 0. We want to have a guy in the middle of the field, extra hitter to make tackles. So we go Bear Mafia, Bear Man free. So we got a free player. Okay, here it's the corner playing in the middle of the field by himself. Okay, again, our tight end, our Sam and our dog have the tight ends man to man. Again, it's Bear. We're going to be aggressive and get after them. Okay, hard to run the football against that. All right, defensive plan. Again, just to reiterate kind of what we talked about today. We talked about the off season. Okay, we want to watch film. We want to try and walk through this stuff in the off season and see these base formations. Okay, in camp, same thing. Now we want to get a chance to go full speed and see these different formations and plays and have a list of them so we can check them off so we see it during camp, right? And we have a chance to do our deal and have all our stuff in, have our base look, have our, our 93 and 52 answers, have our bear answers, okay? Whatever your answers might be, you have something different, that's fine, but a way to pressure them. And then we have our game plan, right? We go into week 1. Hey, this week we always have a plan for 12 personnel and 22 personnel. Even if we're playing a spread team, because you never know what they're going to come out in, okay? Especially early in the season, you want to have that plan ready to go, all right? I always believe you have to have answers, okay? And again, getting back to us, we're going to be a base 3-4 team that plays quarters, right? We can play against any formation, doesn't matter, okay? Organized answer for the personnel groups. I think I gave that to you today, kind of how we look at it and think about it, but it also makes the players better football players, right? Their acumen grows, have a better understanding of what they're going to play against. And the last thing is, hey, we can always pressure you and just play our rules and coverage and play football, because that's what we do anyways. We're a 3-4 attacking defense. Please feel free to reach out to me with any questions. A lot of this stuff is on the drive. The blitzes and the base 3-4 Rip Liz is already on the Glacier Drive. You can check it out online. There's a lot of other stuff in there as well. Please get a chance, check it out. And if you have any questions, please give me a call.